Well, hello there. All this squared away here. A little bit of a slow start today. Let's get all these guys. Think here. Yeah, we need to do that still. And because we're in character there, or here I should say, we should be able to do that directly. Gotta figure out how I want to hook that up, not only how I want to hook it up, but how I want the mechanic to work. So, hook this up to some stuff. Notify other action. Yeah. Right now we just shoot out directly. We need to do a fairly aggressive to-do check after we're done here, but right now, I think I want to finish the testing for character handler, I think is what kicked all this off. Where we had to kind of just take a step back and work on the character events, right? So that we could process them. We were letting the need to code that drive it, I'm pretty sure. And we encountered the need to code it, right? So over there. That's all right. Did Twitch just fall over? What are you doing, Twitch? Struggling, that's what you're doing. Okay. Anywho, my control panel is very confused about the world. Oh yeah, Twitch fell over. Gosh, dang it. I don't want you to run ads again. You have lots of time before you should. Anyhow, okay, so. Hopefully that behaves itself now. Okay. So we need to add these tests, of which we need to make sure that we're actually completely done with this one. I'm pretty sure we finished. We did all the refactoring that made it pass. We just need to make sure we checked everything. Let's just create stuff. Oh, this is client handler, that's why. Let's run client handler really quick just to make sure. What do we got going on here? Sure, fix it. Fix it up. There. Why are you called that? Weird. We'll leave it alone for now, though. I didn't want to debug, really. Just a regular run will be fine for this. Okay. So all of that is passing. That's good. Let me just do a commit for that change just to keep it out of our history here. For the rest of this stuff that we're about to do. Sort imports. There you go. Commit for that history here. This stuff that we're about to do. There you go. And scoot you over here. Open our tests first. So, character. Didn't you get sorted? Let's run this. That's all good. This should... run all the... yeah, because this is all in the same package. So it ran everything. Seriously, Twitch? Again? Oh my gosh. Absolutely insane. Should be... double check here. I don't have any settings that look relevant to this. Twitch is supposed to wait for me to reconnect if the connection degrades. Everything is set to try to be most reliable, so I don't know why Twitch keeps falling over completely. Yeah. Anywho. So character enter, we added you. Test enter, we enter there. We make sure the outputs are equivalent to what we think this should be. We make sure that the character that was moved has the correct room info. This is all good. We need to do almost the same thing for a character exit. And while we're at it, yeah, you're not. I don't know why you're doing that, but whatever. I wonder if there's a change. This one's fine. This one isn't. If there's a change that linter rule or something. I believe that would be something that the IDE cares about, not Go format in this case. Whatever, we'll fix it up as we go. That's fine. Okay, so the go away. Jeez. Character exit. Stationary character is still stationary. Moving character is still moving. We have our helper here still. Gets all of our stuff. This needs to be that. North and west means it would be... wait, no, this is the room data. Inter events. Moving character ID, stationary character ID, room data. That becomes test exit events. Room data doesn't get set when we exit. It gets cleared. New character notify event. We need to look at the do exit in character here. Notify exit. So our room information needs to be... Wait, no. Character notify events gets sent to character manager. A exit event does need a room data. We build a room event. Room change data. But room change data. Map puts this in. We need to go look at that. Because I don't know what it sends off the top of my head. We need to find that out. Game map. In map, when we do a move. That's for our looking stuff. We don't need that. When we move... Valid exit, yada yada, get the entry, leave tile. This is the one, so room data. Is the tile in question. Okay, so that's 1-1. We have a leave message. We don't have a room data in you. Then how do we... Or no, sorry, you are a room data. New leave event. So the room data gets put in here. It just has a location and a message. That's what we needed to know. So it only has that. Because room data is a generic event type. Or event struct thing. So, like that. We double check their errors. That's still the case. Now, our event data. We expect the character exits. It's still a room event. Payload, though. Ooh, we didn't put the topic in yet? Wait, this is character. Yes, we have the topic. It's the moving character. Observers is still the stationary character. Test room data still goes into you. Shoot you in there. Perfect. We make sure that's all good. Room information. Is expected to be so sleepy today, so yawny. It should be just an empty room for this. Like so. Theoretically, this should pass, unless I'm missing something, which... Okay, yeah, perfect. Make sure everything is good. It's not. And it's because name combination is not unique. Our test character that we created, that's why we run everything. We forgot to change its name. This needs to be exit so that we can create this also. The test characters. They have to be unique in combination. Now, we run this. Boop, like so. Perfect. Fix, import, sorting, add test for character exit event. Push that up. Perfect. Okay. Now, what other events do we need to test here? Got enter, we got exit. Increment, decrement. Enter, exit. Decrement. Remove. Remove is done. Apply. Apply is done. Apply damage is done. Apply effect is done as well. Add status. Why is that down here with these guys? Just happenstance, that's why. Let's see about visual organization here real quick. Where did we put? Handle event went up here. Let's... We need to do look and notify. This gets used extensively. Let's just put you down here. Because we still need you. We still want you to be a thing. Okay. So let's hook up Notify first, and then we can revisit these. Let's take a looky look. So if it... So we need to look at Notify Other Action. Right, we didn't have anything for this. So this is for things that are in action that we can observe. This is just a generic notify character of a thing. It happens if we send a notify character event. If our data type is a string, do that. If it's a room data, that just means a thing has happened inside this room. Occupants, observers, or topic observers event. This is a room look, but... Okay, yeah, this is the only place we do a look. So, we have two looks we need to test. We need to test looking at another character, and we need to look at test looking at the room. And I guess we should probably do a generic one as well. Where did we wire up? Character look, handle character look. Down below here, okay. So, for now... Notify character, character notify. Let's just start at the top and we'll do basic, let's call it. And then in here, we're gonna need our test character. Let's just borrow this. Just borrow all of it. Okay, so we got our new character manager. We create the character. This is test. Notify basic, let's say. Unstow him. This we don't need. This needs to be all gone. In fact, this test notify event, and I don't remember. We do have a helper. And you take an event type, character. You give us an event, yes. Well, true, why not? Topic ID is the test character ID. This only works for private events, right? Meow. Occupant IDs can just be an empty list. That's fine. Data is an interface which ends up just getting passed through. We just make you that. Except we need this for comparison reasons to make it nicer. Like so. We handle the event still. This we don't need. Do need to do this. Some of this we won't need, but some we will. Wait for that. This. This can just be, oops, that, this, mix this up, like so. Okay, and then we fire that off, we wait. We did up here, right? Just make sure. Yeah. Okay, perfect. And then we can actually get this and repurpose it down here. I know. Push the right buttons. There we go. So if there's an error, it's fatal. Otherwise, it's not even a room event. It's just an event. Fill the fields. Event type. Notify character. Payload is test notify event string, and we say if deep equal them. Expected output, we say bad response result. Yeah, it's fine. Got wanted, and then let's put them on new lines as well, just for good measure. Okay, char output expected output, like so. I believe we should be good to go on this one. Let's find out. Unless I missed something. Okay, perfect. Let's run the whole set right quick. Perfect. Okay. Let's commit this. Add basic notification event test. Push that up. Perfect. Now, we need to test. We can just copy this. Notify look results. This one gets a little bit more complex. So the characters that are looking or the observing don't know anything about what happens here right now. We can think about whether or not we should do something later, but so we don't need to wait for them. So most of this can still be samey same. Let's check what this is. If I look result, okay, this is no longer expected output is that. This is, now this is notify character 2. That's why we don't switch on the event type. I think. Yeah, okay, because notify is in both. And we also have notify character, character look. So we can't do... We'd have to create a new event if we wanted to do that. Which, right now, let's not. Let's see if we can get away with not doing that. Which means that the answer to that is no. That's why we waited. Okay, so notify character... accept. We should create an occupant just to make sure they get added to our list. So let's... I guess we can just do the same exact thing, but do this instead. Put you in. And we'll do... Observer char will be your name. And... make sure we feed that in. We'll leave ourselves a note. Create an observer to make sure they get put in the observers field of the room events. So, respond to this real quick. Okay, yeah, those are still fatal. Should never fail, but you know, stuff happen. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. Okay. Boss man, figuring out where I go tomorrow. Okay, so observer is in. So our room event that we feed into there. We build this room event. We need the observers. We'll have that. We need to build the test notify event becomes new character look event. That's our helper. Source and target. No, this is a character look. New look. Did I really just call it look? I did. Okay. But this is what gets sent over to map. And because this is not a targeted look, it's just the room. Okay. Hopefully that's the end of that. Character observers event data. So we need a room data to go into our event data. Bop, 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 bop. This. So coordinates, the description we expect to see, and then the exits. That's all we need. Okay. Oh, I was going to check. Yeah, we just do a character notify event over here. So we'll do the same here. Character notify. We'll get rid of that. We will have... We need to put a room data into here, I think. Yes, so... we can just create a coordinate, that's fine. We won't have a message or a short description. We'll have a long description. This is a test long description. Like so. And let's do room exits this. This can be ace, let's say. Why not? We'll leave those nil for now. You... let's notify. Why did we take an event type here? We must use you for something else as well. That's fine then. Did you ever play Discworld MUD? And if so, was it inspiration for the MUD you're making? No. I played a couple of them. I played an Iron Realms one, which I don't remember the name for anymore. But I remember their particular blend of monetization, right? The skill pointiness. And I played a couple more that were kind of like MUDs, but that was like the early days when they started making them web clients. And it was still very much like MUD-like, but a little different. And I played a bunch of them because that was like the free games, right? But no Discworld. That can be false. That's fine. Topic ID is my test character ID. This is the observer list, which needs to be test observer car ID. Like so. What else am I missing here? And then the data, which is the test room data. That should all be good. Okay. We still need to wait for our event to come out of our test character. We still need to handle the event. Oh, I should make sure that... let's do room look. Should make sure I updated that error message. Yeah, I didn't. That one did. And that one I did. Decrement effect, yes. Betting, the rest of these are fine, but remove effect, we'll just double check. And apply damage is the original, so apply effect, yes, okay. Okay. So now, our observer character, that's fine. We await that, we handle it, we make sure we get you out one way or the other, check the error. We expect to see an event. We feed you the room event. You spit us out the event. This becomes a look event. As far as the client communication is concerned for Right Meow. The event becomes the event, which is the room event. Okay. So we need to build that for the sake of this. This character. This is a list of, oops, character, which should only contain our test observer character, the actual objects, not the, not just the IDs. And then this should have test room data in it, like so. This goes into there. And we check it. Okay, what are we... Oh, this is test observer car, not our test guy. There we go. Let's give that a run. Good. And then let's run the full package test real quick, just to be sure we didn't break anything else, and we're good. Fantastic. Let's do commit. We will say add tests for... Actually, we only added one. Add test for character for room look event. We'll do that. Now we need to do the character look, which we need to wire that up still. Character look. Character look we just fire directly through. We could move you to the character. We probably should. But let's add a test first. And then we'll have confidence in our changes. Let's see here. We want this guy to be character look, except for instead of observer, this will be target. We'll still need both of them. Okay. And then this needs to be character look events. Character look. Just character look. Let's do that. Okay. So we unstow y'all both. We don't need this. This will be... Look at... No. New character look event. Because it's a targeted event. This takes a source and a target, which probably is correct. So our source is test car ID, and our target is test observer car ID, but we need to make that and then just to make sure that makes sense. So we do that. We still do that. This is just test event now. We just fire notification here, so we need to come over here. It's no longer that. It is an event. Character loops look. Oh my gosh. Character look. The payload is test test target char dot look, like so. And then this is that. Okay. No, what happened? Bad result got... I forgot. I did, I misformatted that. Let's run that again just so it's easier to read. Got this. So look payload. Ah, payload is a character event. That's right. This test target car. This is target car dot look, like so. This is that instead. Perfect. Love that. Now, let's make sure we didn't break anything else along the way here. Make sure I changed. Yes, okay. This shouldn't be this, though. This is looking character. Okay, run you. Everything good. Add test for character look. Okay. So, think that's our last one for now until we wire up the generic notify. Apply damage, apply effect, remove effect, decrement, character enter, character exit, character notify of two kinds, character look. Yes, okay. So, do we want to wire up notify and add a test? Probably. But we don't actually have anything that will fill this currently. Our notification event can have a payload that's an interface, so we could do we don't know how we want this to work yet. That's what it comes down to. Because there's going to be some implications here. Like, who's in the room, right? Part of that is going to tie into the map, because that's going to be the most efficient way to figure out who's in a room. So when you do a thing, we need to figure that out. Because we don't want this to be two-way. We don't want to import map, otherwise we end up with cyclical imports, right? That's problematic. For now, we're going to push this. We need to hook this up to systems as yet unknown. How do we handle sending actions to all players in room. Like that. And neatly is the real question. There's, you know, it's easy to come up with some horrible ways to do it. The other thing, that can all probably be async. It's just well, no. Notification can be async. The actual thing happening should not be. I think that's all we need to know for that one. But now that we have these tests, we can also move this guy over. And then we can tie you in once we bring you over into which is just an event. Well, these take room events. We should have yes. We want the event still. It really handles performing a look action on another player or another character. I'll be alright. So we've already wired all that stuff up. It's a targeted event. We don't yet have a way in our character events. We have a character. Oh, yeah, we do have a character event. This really only needs a target. Oh, whoops. Helps if you write it in the right place. So if we do that, so we still do all of this. We just say character look, or rather that. This comes over here, that'll go away. This is just C for ourself, like so. Character look, that, this. But we need to... we don't have you add to the state yet. Okay, that's fine. This becomes to do perform a stateful look action turn the data here as appropriate. And I was just thinking about the case of like a hidden character. Which we don't know how that looks just yet. But we also need to, well, I guess that's kind of part of the state, right? That for hidden both sides of the equation. But for now, this will move this over here closer to where it belongs, which just knocks out a little to do, right? There you are. So this should all still pass because we haven't changed the behavior, just the code. And it does. So we're good there. Move character look into character self. Okay. So we need to do those things. But we're looking pretty good, all things considered. So we need to figure that out, which is going to be, let's add a note for ourselves on that one. You opened up. I'll pull you up here. We need to character it's really more skills and abilities. Figure out how we want to handle broadcasting abilities to all occupants of a room. And we could do something interesting here, maybe with a channel when we move in. That would kind of eliminate some back and forth to where well, you still need to know about targets. We probably still want to verify with map. Well, no, because map keeps you all up to date as we go. Because when a character leaves, we broadcast that to everybody. I don't think I want to do channels with it, but we should be able to rely upon our knowledge of the state of the room as far as observers and stuff go. We just need to store that, which I think we do already. We still need to figure out how to handle it. So we can still leave, or still add this. And we'll pull this up just because we're going to get to it sooner rather than later. As we kind of start fleshing out might be able to do that too. Once we start fleshing out the state system. Back over here. Okay. We do... Like, I think stealth is going to be like our prototypical skill that applies things that we work with, just because it's going to be the easiest one to think about, I think. Easiest one to imagine. Like, stealth systems are pretty well, you know, understood by everybody. So it should be easy to think about. We also need to add some kind of a system for testing these effects and stuff without logging in somebody, which kind of leads into like a whole thing that we need to do, right, with like an admin sort of control panel type thing. And I'm not sure exactly how I want to do that either, but get over there with your buddies. Got a couple things that we can tidy up here. Game... game manager. We need to make sure that we did this queue correctly for events. It was something that came up as we were thinking about some other stuff. So we put things in to the queue. Let's collapse these real quick. Listen for events. If it's a synchronous action, we add the events. So we have this lovely little list we append to you. So thing. And then when we go listening, or executing rather, run the action queue. We go through. So yeah, we're good here. We have indeed FIFO'd it. Just wanted to make sure. Because if you attack first and you kill your target, and they attack second, they shouldn't be attacking you. Okay. And that's, you know, order of whatever gets put into the queue first. Resync event to the character if it tries to move but isn't in the room, it reports on the map. We can do that real quick. I think it's in move. If we try to leave the tile, remove occupant if error is not equal to nil. So we bop. We want to if we are here, let me just double check this real quick actually. We go through the occupants list. If the ID is the ID, then we take you out. Yeah, so if we're here, character is not where they thought they were. Resync them. So here we need to do a room data, location, new from int, our location, X, our location Y. This can be that. It can run off of the internal field. That's fine. Message is nothing. Short description is nothing. Long description is nothing. The exits, we need to... Did we do something with that? I think we did. We had a helper get ordered exits. So we get your ordered exits for the current room you're in. Resync data, let's call you. And then it's not... We need to make sure that this is one that we know how to handle. And we don't... it would be an enter... We need to run all of this, but... Payload is the event, which is the room event, so the room data goes in. Client handler needs to know how to interpret this and forward on that as well. Listen forward events, enter, build enter message. This is set up that way. Might be a little bit trickier than I expected. What we can do is so we use the transit here. Or message, enter message. So that's, we can still put that in there. This resync them by making them enter this room again. And like, this shouldn't happen, but this is going to be different. We don't want to reuse this. So when we do an intermessage, you see blah, blah, blah. And this is the short description. So here, we need to do a couple things. We need to notify them that they're lost somehow. And then here, let's do... We'll want this to be in the config file more than likely, so that it can be changed for localization and stuff like that. But for now, recovery or resync message. Well, actually, hang on. This is the room data short description. So I don't want to do that. What do we do down here? Room change info, room data, intermessage. And we can look at an example. This is only for... Okay. So the message doesn't matter. Room data is the only thing that matters. And it's the short description, which is T description. Okay. So this is still... Why are you... Oh, it's description. It's not short description, right? Okay. T description. So here we need to do our... new character notify, character notify, or rather notify character. It is private. Nobody else should see anything about this. Topic ID is character ID, occupant IDs. Right, because everybody else is going to need to see them appearing too. That's what I was thinking. So we do care about message. We'll send you the resync message, which we'll set up in a minute. This is my occupant IDs. What else am I missing here? Data is... Oh. I'm getting all kinds of... confusing myself, jumping around like this. That's fine. So... that is that. We still need to handle this, but that's fine. Got our exits, message, and short description. And then we dispatch a message on the broadcast. Notification event, except for I gotta put you into a message. Because that there's no response channel. And this should actually be like that. Right. This we're going to call you that. Okay. So we still need to build our character notify events. Cool. Little spammer. Oops. Report that. Out you go. Okay, so this is still this is also still. This one should not be private. It shouldn't matter, I don't think, but we'll need it anyway. Okay. This is still char ID. There are no observers for this. Just you. And then this is... Let's also create this. For now, just a placeholder. We send that. This gets wrapped into message, fill the fields, update, notification event, response channel is mrap. Okay. This one's going to be a little tricky to test, but that's okay. So our default resync message is from a mysterious we're going to want this to be a little more complicated, but to do make this tile biome specific question marks or rather, how about in a mysterious puff of smoke. And then the default user loss message is... So it says you leave to the whatever, and then it says... Find yourself... standing on a strange, featureless plane. Suddenly, there is a flash. Let's just do that for now. And then I forgot to send you message broker dot dispatch message. Broadcast topic, notification message. So, notify them of that, resync them by making them enter this room again. And actually, should I... Oh, I've done a very silly thing. I should just be reusing logic. This should be... This should just be intertile. Character ID. That's why I didn't use this, because we don't have a transit that would make sense here. Want to the data, modify the data so we don't reuse enter. That's why I was doing that. And because we dispatch, that handles notifying everybody in this room, so we should be okay with that. So it's a little janky, but I think I'm okay with it for now. We need to test this. Think why that was that. I think everything in here should pass still. Okay, good. So we just need to test. It actually wouldn't be this. It would be in game map, I think. So we have a test map. Fix this up while we're here. That's that. Oops. This is all part of the same package, so it should be fine. Yes, it is. Fantastic. So we need to test, move, wrong, tile, recovery. So, create a test map, we do that. You are now in 0, 0, you say. Place you. And then we say current room info, location, new from int, say you're at 1, 1, you're at 1, 0. We make the move command. Why do we do? Oh, because we don't have a character pointer in here anymore. We could actually do this here. Then we don't have to modify that at all. We move the map. And in our move, we do return the error, and this is still an error. But we can say this is error moving, recovering, and then this is error. Because this ultimately just gets logged, so that's fine. Okay, so I think that's fine. Let's run this. Okay, perfect. So we did get our moving test characters, so there's no exit in the direction requested, but character leave tile. Why didn't we see? Return the error from move. Character leave tile. Debug time. Must be missing something silly here. Doesn't go in there. Why? What? There's no exit. Okay, I see. There's no exit in the direction requested. And that's because there we go. Okay. It would have to be a valid exit direction, which is fine. So that's recovering, and then we would need to put you Well, no, we need to say that you are. So if we change this, let's just say I think this is a problem. Okay, no, we're good. So now, after this, this needs to be, if the error is if the error is nil, then we say it was a fatal error, test error. No error returned for move from wrong tile, but should be. Otherwise, we say if it's let's not do that. Let's do if it's not equal to we can do a string match here. It's ugly, but it's just a test. We'll say bad error string, and this should actually be that error string got wanted. Let's do that, and this, just because it's kind of long, it'll be a little bit easier to read. So we got error dot error expected or wanted the expected error string. We can test this really quick. We'll just add an exclamation point. We'll run you. Okay, we got our error as expected. I can actually go back to just running normally. We run that. Okay. Got point. Oh, I forgot some spaces. Like, it's almost worth doing a sentinel error here, but not really at the same time. You just test. And then, okay, so assuming that's all good, we can say if dot current room info dot location I don't think I can do. I don't think I have a comparison built in here. This would have to be 0, 0. I can, okay. So because that's where he put you. That's where you should have been recovered to. Then we can say there's an error. If I could spell. And it says character was not recovered to last oh, I might have messed this up. My brain's kind of crispy today. It's not recovered to last known room. Instead, located at... Yeah, this is messed up. That's fine. We'll write the test. This is string, and this is current room info, location, pretty print. Okay. This is gonna fail because we don't know where we are. So I'm still at 5.5, so that's a problem. At the tile level, I forgot we called this on the tile. They were trying to leave. So this is actually just in the wrong place. So here, we do that. We need... Have the tile grid. We could either... Like, we don't expect this to happen a lot, right? So here what we can do... Here we just return error like we used to. On a leave tile, we do that, and we say that we're recovering, but... Here we need to say... Tile grid. At I. At I. J. Occupant IDs. Where am I using occupant already? Because it is bum 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 bum. So we need to do if the ID this is an ID. If this is our character ID, then we can do place character at point, character ID. This returns an error. So we can place you at point. Car tags. Except this is the location of the tile we just found you in that you're supposed to be in. And then we need a message which will move over from here. We'll still need to send our notification. But we can use this. I forgot we had this for some reason. You can go up here. You can then use resync message. So, and then here, if this is not nil, then we have pretty big issues. Error moving character unable, or rather, error recovering, like so. Otherwise, we do this. Whoops. Down here, like so. If we get down here, then not found on this map. Able to recover character, unable to recover, comma, character not found on this map. That'll at least kind of keep us going for now. Oops, we need to fix that up, that's right. Over here in tile, we can bring this message over as well while we're here. And then let's get you out of here real quick. We need to pull our notification code that we wrote, which is this. This needs to go in here. And then this is just off the map. We dispatch our notification. This is that. Still no observers to that. We just shoot it out. Okay. And then this goes back to just returning the error. this handles all of that goodness. What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something. This needs to be that. That. What else am I missing? Gotten something else? Right, this is just error. It's a little messy, but that's okay for now. We'll clean up in a second here. Okay. I'll recover the last known room, instead located at 5-5. Because we need to put you... Why didn't we find you in 0-0 and put you back there? What happened? Let's see here. Place the character at the point. We give you intertile. It's because... It's because you're not a real boy. Is why. We would have to create a real boy. So we have none of that. We don't have... We don't have a game manager or a character manager. Can make them. Just wonder if this is the best way to test this or not. We do need this functionality for sure. We also need this to happen if we fail to place them someplace, right? We need to scooch them back to where they were. So that's going to be the same place. It's going to take the same logic. If we... we'd have to do... do the database. What are you used for? Nothing. Right, meow. That's a connection down here that we say is test DB, so that we have access to you. We need we don't need a lot of that, I don't think. I think we can get away with just defaulty stuff. Point time recovery. So we have test map. Load map takes config, gets a message broker. New message broker. Test broker. We need a new manager, which needs a config, test broker, test map. We need our character manager first. This gets the database. We need a logger. That. What the heck else do I need here? Config. That. We're not doing anything with those. We just need, I think, that. Oh, you have an error. Test. Character manager. Whap. Like so. Now, test character manager. We feed you config in the database. You also have an error. Error creating test game manager. Whap. The error, like so. Okay. Now, theoretically, we should now be able to say, oh, right, you don't have that. But in creating the test game manager, part of your startup should talk to me, which should register things, I believe, and everything should work? Question mark? If it was to work, then we would need to just snag all this. To create you. And then you would be strong tile recovery. I called you test game manager. Called you test game manager. What are you mad about? Count ID. Guys, making progress. You have a feature roadmap. Yes. Slow but steady. Just getting all the bits and pieces together here. Why do you need an account ID? Oh, right. This is not game manager, but car manager. We don't need to run through those other bits and pieces. This one is game manager, though. No. What's going on here? Oh, because we need to get rid of that. Like so. Then you're just that. And you actually don't even need a name. You just need to exist. Excellent. I'm starting up new load balancers for a customer wrapping up the work today from earlier. Cool. Sounds like a pretty good project. Okay. So that, and then we monkey with you, and then you should get put back. In theory. Import cycle not allowed in test. Thought I was allowed that in tests. That is problematic. Okay. I know you can't do it. I know it's not allowed in actual modules. I thought tests were looser on that, but that is a big issue. Um, so I'm gonna have to test this a different way, which, I mean, I'm not super mad about. That would have been the easier, better, more real way to test it, but here's what we're gonna do instead. I don't need any of this stuff anymore right now. So we're gonna yank that out. We're gonna do this in a different way. This we yank back out. We're gonna leave the test broker in. And we're just going to listen to that, I think. We'll subscribe to it. That way we can still do this. Let's see, do we care about this anymore? I don't think we care about this anymore. Double check. We do. We need you to be in there so that we know what to fall back to. So we do the move. We would need to set up our listener here. We have an unwrap. We don't have anything to listen. We're going to need you at least twice. So, I'm going to leave myself. A note here. Now we'll leave it up here. It's fine. We put you here. Need to listen to the message bus and pull the expected room update out of that to verify so that we don't have cyclic imports and nonsense in this test. Like so. Because it has been just over 2 hours, and right now I am doing 2 hours a day, starting today, ending on Monday. So I'm gonna go rest my brain. I'm very tired. But if you like this kind of thing, I'll be here tomorrow at around about the same time doing the same thing. And I'd love to see you again. And in, yeah. So thank you everybody who swung by, and have a great weekend if I don't see you again.